What's on, my lovers? And welcome to a Cornish episode of Beth the Chef. And yep, we're going to do Cornish pasties this week. One, because Cornish pasties are amazing. Cornish lass. And two, I have seen the pasty scene that Greg's have to offer up here. And it's really not good. It's knackered looking puff pastry slice, I guess is the best thing to describe it, but we need to show them how it's done. So I hope you all enjoy a little insight to Cornish upbringings, and I will begin with telling you a little insight to the pasties. So Cornish pasties obviously originate from Cornwall, and they were traditionally eaten by the miners. Cornish miners, to fuel their bodies at lunch, they would want to get their carbs in, get their meat in. And I'll put a picture up to show you pasty if you've not seen one. So you've got almost a semicircle with the filling in there, and around the edge is crimping. And what the miners would do is hold on to the crimping while they eat all the meat, vegetables, nutrition in the filling. And then they would discard the crimping. That way, with their dirty hands, they've not actually dirtied the filling, so they can just discard and carry on with their 9-to-5 job, if you call it that. So yeah, there's your little insight. But let's crack on. Let's cook. So for the pastry, for traditional Cornish pasty, we're going to use short crust pastry. You'll see later, but half lard, half butter into the mix. And some people do use buff pastry, but short crust helps you sort of seal in the filling more. It's more of a sturdier pastry, and you think back with the Cornish Miners as well, that's what you would want as well for holding it. And right, so I've gathered up all the ingredients towards the pastry, and this recipe makes 4 pasties, by the way. So in the big bowl you got 500 grams of plain flour, 100 mils of water, just cold water from the tap. I got salt, but we're just going to add a pinch of it later on. An egg, which is just for the egg wash before it goes in the oven. And in here is 125 grams of unsalted butter and 125 grams of lard. And yeah, straight from the fridge, diced up. Dicing up just helps in a moment. When you get your hands in there. And just like you would with crumble, really. Just use your fingers and you want it all mixed to resemble breadcrumbs. Here we are. There, yeah. Nice breadcrumb consistency. and just a light pinch of salt in there. Mix it up. And now we are going to gradually add our water, and we're going to knead it in the bowl, but yeah, we just want to bring it all together. Now adding in the water gradually, obviously you can see where you're at with the pastry, because you might not need it all. We are. Should have a nice big bowl of pastry there. And I'm just going to cut it into quarters. And put some cling film over it and leave it in the fridge just to chill for at least half an hour. While we're waiting for our pastry to chill a little bit, before we start the filling, let's have some fun and go through some Cornish phrases, hey. So you got "What's on my lover," which is, yeah, hey my darling. I don't know how else to put it. I've only ever said "what's on my lover." I think there's bolla tea, or bolla, that's for cup of tea, or I don't know what cup of coffee is, to be honest. Coming directly, buses coming directly, as if. So yeah, that's just coming soon. Oh yes, proper job, good job. And you can't forget the little chant, which they actually do at my dance class, strangely. I've heard it quite a bit up here as well, but Oggy Oggy Oggy, oi oi oi. Let's crack on with our filling, eh? Alright, so I'm gathering the stuff up for the filling of the pasties. In here I've got about 125 grams of very finely diced swede. Just see how fine you need it. So take your time on it. It's this size, just to make it easier really while shaping our pasties, and it cooks better. You don't really want any bits falling out when you fold it. We got 1 onion diced in here and 2 medium sized potatoes as they peeled and diced. And the meat for the pasties I've got from M&C Butchers, which is just on Abington Street. And I got 250 grams of some lovely beef skirt. Now, beef skirt or sirloin is best for pasties and pies. It's just sort of seals the juices in a bit more, which obviously helps prevent your pies and pasties going dry. It doesn't have to be as finely diced. Just looking for that size. And yeah, just straight in there. And I usually do this because I like the additional flavour in my pasties, to be honest. But I've got 3 sausages, and all you want to do is just use your fingers and squeeze out the meat from the skin, and straight in it goes. It's also helps with the moistness in your pasty. Here we are, so there's our filling. And for our seasoning, I've got a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of cracked black pepper, you want a fair bit, and a tablespoon of mixed herbs there. What I'm going to do is mix around first. Just go gradually so you've got a bit of seasoning on everything. Right, so preheat your oven to 220 degrees. You need your tray lined and your flour, portion of pastry there. So just lightly flour your surface there. And keep going, but you want to cut it around to 22 to 23 diameter plate. Let's have a look. Yeah, very good. So just trim the excess off there. Make sure it comes off good. And in one half of it I'm going to put my filling, but I'm going to not go up to the edges, leave a bit the edges there, because we need that bit for the crimping. And put about a quarter of your mix in there. Don't fill out too much. And just sort out some egg wash. Right. So I'm going to brush around the edge of the half with the filling on. Now I'll just move the flour so you can see the crimping. Now I'm still a little bit of a rookie at the crimping. Takes a lot of practice. So fold to the edges. Use your little finger around to secure it. There we go. Now have a go at the crimping. Don't worry if not, but as long as every bit here is secure, you'll be fine. So, from what I've seen on videos, little finger and your thumb there. Tuck it and press. Yes, I'm still a rookie at this. I'm sorry, Cornish people. There are probably people turning in their graves right now. Something like that. So I'm just going to put this onto my tray. And repeat 3 more times. Once you're done, lightly egg wash all your pasties. We are. So in the oven at 220 for about 15 minutes, and then knock it down to 180, and it's for about 45 minutes. And here we have it, a traditional Cornish pasty. So spread the word, Beth the chef. I hope you enjoyed a little history lesson of Cornwall. And join us next week where we're going to be doing some blueberry crumble muffins filled with some lemon curd. Just to celebrate Easter that little bit. Bon appetit!